practice today if you're having difficulty with a particular person in a relationship, or it could even be used for someone that's in your past and you're having thoughts about that past relationship. So right now, at the time that I'm filming this, we just had a supermoon, and so the moon was closer to the earth than it has been since the 1940s. And the moon does affect our bodies because our bodies are mostly water, and we know that the moon helps shift the tides. It also can shift the tides within us, and we can be like the ocean. We can feel quite changeable, like on top of the world one minute and kind of bottoming out the next minute, or rocky and wavy and stormy the next minute. And this affects people's ability to navigate the waters of relationships. First of all, in relationships, it's about communication, right? And it's not just speaking your truth. And this is something that people get mixed up about. It's speaking your truth with love and not blaming somebody else for your responsibility, but really acknowledging the parts of whatever has gone on between you and that other person. Here's my part, and here's what is uncomfortable for me and your part, and using our feelings to communicate that. So this is the I feel messages that become almost a cliche now, but they really do work, because what they do is they cut through our BS. They cut through the parts of us that are pretending that we don't feel anything. Because if we're having a problem with someone, it means that we're having feelings, right? They have to, whether it's anger or confusion or sadness or humiliation or disgust or whatever it is, embarrassment. When we communicate with an I feel message, like instead of you did this to me and you shouldn't have done this to me, it's like I feel hurt by this. Help me understand this. I feel confused when you said this, because you said one thing and then you did something else. Help me understand this. So we go from a place of our feelings, which is our truth. That really is speaking our truth, is speaking from the I feel. We're not really taught to do that. We're taught to do gymnastics in our minds and outwit others, kind of from a legal defense perspective. That's not actually helpful when you want to be close to others. Sometimes that practice doesn't work. Sometimes we speak our truth and there's still animosity between us and the other person. It doesn't decrease our anxiety. It doesn't give us a nice peaceful sleep. It can be preoccupying, and it can take us off what we're really meant to do, what we're really here to share. It can be a distraction. If this is happening to you, I want to offer you an alternative, which is cutting ties, cutting energetic ties with that person. If you don't believe in the power of energy to impact matter or reality, our 3D physical reality, then this probably isn't a practice for you. So I would say, first of all, what are you doing watching this? If you don't believe in it, go do something else. Go watch a different kind of blog or vlog. Don't waste your time here. The energy practice that I'm going to share with you is cutting ties. And energetic ties are when there is a cord of energy between us and someone else. And I'll tell you, whenever you know that there's a cord, all you have to do is think, am I triggered? Am I feeling like thinking about that person or the situation you're in with that person is making you crazy, or is making you sad, or is making you frustrated, or is making you whatever it's making you? If you've got that going on, and then you probably have an energetic cord with that person, do whatever you can in the real world to make amends. Do whatever you can. This is not a spiritual bypass where you just do your meditation practices, but don't actually address it in your life. That doesn't work. But what you can do, if you've tried all that day-to-day stuff, is you can cut the emotional ties. I want to give you a little disclaimer, and that is that sometimes my experience is that when I cut ties with someone, emotional cords with someone, energetic cords, they come back into my life in some way, or they show up in some way. Not always, but a lot of times they do, because that cord isn't just being felt by us, it's being felt by them too. So you can better believe it that if you're fixated or thinking a lot about someone, they could very well be thinking about you too, or they could be dreaming about you, or they could be having a similar situation show up in their life that is like the one that they went through with you, somehow that energy doesn't just disappear unless they don't have any charge around it. It might just be all for you, for us. Maybe it's just our work. It's not their work. That's okay too. The person that you cut cords with may feel it, and they may come back and bounce back into your life in some way. So the first time I did this was with an ex-boyfriend, and I hadn't heard from that person in 15 years. And I did cord cutting and to cleanse myself of that emotional residue that I had from that situation. And there they were. They showed up. So this is something that is real. It really is real, okay? The second disclaimer I want to make is that if you have someone that you're like, well, I can't cut that tie. I love that person. I don't want to lose that person. They're really important to me. Or it may be that you have a bond that's eternal with that person, like you've had a child with that person. If you're co-parenting with someone, even if you're separated, you have a bond that is, in a way, eternal. And so cutting the cords with that person will not cut you off from being able to co-parent. What happens when we call in the highest good of all on this cord cutting practice is that we eliminate the cords that are affecting us negatively. We don't get rid of the positive cords. They don't get erased. It's not going to do damage if you do it in a spirit of love and kindness. Okay? Let's just jump into it then. So get comfortable. Take a moment to center yourself and feel your body in space. And if you've got other distractions around, just put them away for a moment. This will only take a couple minutes. Feel your breath in your body. And you can relax any subtle squinting around your eyes. And you can relax your belly, and you can breathe into your belly. And feel yourself and the situation surrounded with diamond white light. Sparkling diamond white light. And so you're going to imagine the infinity sign or a figure eight, a giant figure eight. And imagine two bubbles on each side. So the two sides of the eight are like two bubbles. And inside those, there's a sparkling diamond white light outside of them. And inside, one side of the figure eight is you, and the other side is the other person. We're going to thank that person for the lessons that they are here to offer us. The learning that we've received from being in relationship with this person, even if it's been hard, say thank you. Gratitude, gratitude for the lessons and any other lessons to come. This is a soul, even if they're difficult. This is a soul in your life. And in some way, you've called this person forth for a reason, probably for your own strength. So imagining that person and you in each side of the figure eight and in the light. And then what you're going to do is sense in your body, again, if you've opened your eyes, close your eyes, sense any cords between you and that other person. So it could literally feel like a cord of rope, could feel like it's steel, could feel like it's made of spider webs or any kind of material that you can imagine. You're going to know, you're going to feel it. And imagine the energy between you and that person. Where do you feel it in your physical body? Where do you feel it right now when you breathe into your belly, when you breathe into your heart? Where do you feel it? You might feel something around your neck, around your feet, even around your wrists or your ankles, your belly, something going to your brain. And what we're asking now is that our guides and the loving prime creator of this universe and multiverse, we're asking them to show us any cords that are negative, that are not serving our highest good and the good of all. Once you feel those, you're going to take the most beautiful, golden, electrified scissors. So they're electrified with this violet light. So they've got a golden base, but they've got a fiery indigo or violet looking light around them. And these scissors you're going to take and you're going to cut the cord with this other person. And it's pretty easy. It doesn't matter how big, if it's the tie is made or the cord that you have with this person is made of steel, it's going to cut through it so easily. These big golden and violet scissors. They're sparkling, almost like they are made of fire. Cutting the cords, and you're going to feel the cords go back to the other person that are theirs, and your cords will come back to you, back to your integrity, and theirs will go back to them. And the ends of the cords are completely sealed and healed. There are no frayed edges. They're completely perfect, integrated back into you, integrated back into that person. Once again now, say thank you to that person for the lessons they're giving you in this lifetime. The last thing we're going to do with our golden and violet scissors is we are going to cut. And you can imagine a blaze of fire around the blades of the scissors. You're going to cut the middle of the infinity sign so that you and this person are each in your own bubble. And then when you're ready, you're going to watch that person in their own bubble float away, thanking them, wishing them well on their journey forward, thanking them for the lessons that they've offered you. Take a breath into your body, feel your roots. If you're sitting, feel your sitting bones on the ground. If you're lying down, feel all the parts of your back body that are touching the earth. And take a deep breath in. And let it out with a sigh. Placing one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Thanking all that is, the one loving prime creator, the galactic heart, all your benevolent and loving guides on this journey for supporting you to step forward with confidence and love. And so it is. It's almost like a drug, isn't it? These energetic tools just reset our nervous system in such a profound way, and it only really takes 5 minutes. So I hope you feel better. I do. And I want to encourage you to leave a comment if this worked for you. And it keeps me inspired to continue to share. And it also helps all of us know that we're not alone on this journey and that we're all dealing with similar things. Keeps us honest in that way. So thank you again, and I wish you a beautiful day.